Hello friends, good morning to all. Today we are going to see the remaining part of soil and natural vegetation. And particularly we have to see the methods of soil conservation. In the previous lecture we have already learned which are the causes of soil erosion, and in this topic we have to cover the methods of soil conservation. So, I have already discussed that the soil erosion, what is meant by soil erosion and causes of soil erosion in Maharashtra. So, let us see which are the methods of soil conservation. We have to see one by one. That is afforestation, soil management, crop rotation, construction of dam, and the role of government in soil conservation in Maharashtra. So, this is our today's agenda to the of this lecture. So this is our learning objective. We have to learn the meaning of soil conservation and various methods of soil conservation. First one is afforestation. As you know that everywhere there is a cutting of the forest, and that's why deforestation occurs. Most of the part is removed, most of the vegetation is removed for many purposes. It may be for the roads or for the construction and for the fire, and some communities which are living in the forest, they are also using or cutting trees for various purposes, and that's why the overall coverage of the forest gets decreased, and that is why the everywhere there is a removal of the soil. And as you know that whenever there is a deforestation, they automatically these soil get bared, or these soil become naked, and there is a direct impact of rain, water, and wind, as well as gravitational force act very effectively on the bare land or the barren land. And that's why afforestation is the main activity, or the afforestation is the main method by which we can cover the soil. And as you know that these plants or the vegetation act as a cover of the surface of the earth. It is also act as a umbrella for the soil protection, and that's why afforestation is the main method to conserve the soil. As you know that whenever there is a roots, whenever there is a trees roots get penetrate into the ground, and these roots can hold the soil, and it act as a bonding agent for the soil, or the removing soil, or the flowing soil, or the erosive soil. So afforestation is very important. According to the environmentalist, there should be a 33% of vegetation cover to conserve the nature, or to do the protection of the nature. So afforestation is an important activity so for the soil conservation is concerned. Next method is soil management. As you know that if we do the practice of soil management, automatically soil conservation occurs. And first one is use of gypsum and plantation of eucalyptus. Whenever there is a overuse of soil for the production by the farmers or by any producer, then automatically the quality of the soil get decreased. And that's why if we use a gypsum for the conservation of soil, it become useful, as well as plantation of eucalyptus. Whenever there is a over irrigation, soil becomes salty, or siltation occurs over there, and whatever the salts are there in the soil, they come upward, or upliftment of the soil salts occurs over there. And that's why eucalyptus plantation is necessary for the soil conservation. So what eucalyptus plants can do, these absorb the soil salt particles by their roots, and it is very important whenever there is a over irrigation. That over irrigation means there is a water throughout the part. And as you know that eucalyptus plants are very absorptive for the water, and means it requires more water for their growth, and it absorbs whatever water or the excess water is there, it get absorbed by these eucalyptus plants, and we can do the soil management by this simple way. Reduce inversion tillage and soil traffic. Inversion tillage means suppose there is a slope according from west to east, so we should not do the practice of tillage from west to east. So we have to do the practice of tillage from north to south or south to north. So this is called as reduced inversion tillage. Inversion tillage in the sense wherever there is a slope, or to which direction that slope is there, we do not have to do the practice of tillage accordingly, but we have to do the inversion tillage. Inversion means opposite to the direction of the slope. If we do the same practice, then there is a soil conservation, or soil can be conserved by this very simple technique. Because as you know that whenever we do the tillage practice according to the slope, it is easy to remove the soil by the various denudative agents, and that's why it become there is a possibility of more soil erosion. Increase organic matter inputs. Most of the time it happens that most of the farmers burn whatever is residue is there, or organic matter is there. But if we use this material as a manure, or as a useful product, then we can increase the production even. Means we have to put we have to produce the jute, or the many things by which we can increase the production. Use cover crops. As you know that whenever there is a bare land, there is a easiness to remove the soil particles, and that soil particles can transport from one place to another place. And if there is a crops, their cover can conserve the soil. Means there is no direct effect of sunlight, there is no direct effect of rainfall, and there is no direct effect of even water, or the even wind. So this, by this way you can use the cover crop as a protection of the soil. Next one is reduce pesticide use and provide habitat for beneficial organism. As you know that farmers are using most of the insecticide, weedicides, herbicide, and many pesticides for many purposes. But this is harmful. Actually, these are all harmful for the soil. And if we reduce the use of the same, we can do the soil conservation directly. And provide habitat for the beneficial organisms. There are various organisms which are useful for the farmers, particularly earthworms are there, and many bacteria are there, like as rhizobium, azotobacter, and pseudomonas, by which we can grow the quality of the soil, and that's why this practice is also important. Next one is manage nutrients. As you know that there are primary, secondary, and micronutrients in the soil. And if we check all these nutrients every year or in every season, then it also helps us to do the management of the soil. As you know that NPK is important, and nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. Next one is secondary nutrients, that is sodium, magnesium, and some micronutrients are also there, like as iron. Next one is molybdenum, or many more that is micronutrients are there. And these, if we manage these nutrients, and then it is useful for the soil conservation. Next one is crop rotation. As you know that some crops are seasonal, some crops are annual, and some crops are multi-year cropping, likewise sugar cane, and some crops or some fruits are there, like as grapes and mangoes, and many more, by which there is crop rotation practice is not done by the farmers. And as you know that whenever there is a crop rotation, in the sequence, that is dicot and monocot. Now, whenever there is a dicot production, there is a decrease uh, in the increase in the fertility, and whenever there is a monocot in the monocot is produced by the farmer, then there is a decrease in the production. Cash crops and food grains are also taken or the produced by the farmers. Vegetable, pulses, and horticulture also produced by the farmers. 1 year crop and multi-year crops are also there, and so we should rotate the crops. There should not be one crop every year in the same field, but we have to rotate the same, and that also helps us to do the soil management. Next one is construction of dam. As you know that water act a very prominent regenerative agent or removal of the soil particles, and that's why every year there is a flood in the north India as well as throughout the part of Maharashtra. So if we construct a dam, we can protect the soil, uh, because whenever there is a heavy rainfall, that floods brings thousands of tons or lakhs of tons of soil particles with its water, and it is lost. It get lost every year. So construction of dam is also important factor. So far the soil conservation is concerned. So remaining part, that is the role of government in soil conservation in Maharashtra, is also there. So we will see it later on. So we stop here. Thank you. Thank you very much.